Welcome, and thank you for joining me for this brief discussion on why human transformation is an essential component of digital transformation. Let me start by asking a few questions. The first is, who agrees that human transformation is the concept of humans continuously learning, adjusting and growing as our worlds change? And do you find it difficult to keep up with the constant evolution of technology trends? And would you agree that organizations need to adjust their mindset and review how they operate in order to stay relevant and competitive in the digital age? Or question is, would you agree that one thing that is taking up most of our leaders' time as you're trying to move through a transformation program is the people problems? And by that, I mean dealing with resistance to change, managing egos, petty issues, or departmental issues. Maybe you have a siloed approach, but a single strategy. And the final one is, do you agree that if organizations were to invest in human transformation aligned with their digital transformation, that they might perhaps be more successful? So I think most of you answered yes to those questions. If you did, then I believe we're all on the same page. So I'd just like to introduce myself to you. My name is Cindy Nicholson. I'm the CEO and founder of Braintree, a global human transformation organization. We help individuals and organizations all over the world embrace the changes required to ensure success through any transformation, whether it be large or small, personal or organizational. Now, something you probably didn't know about me was that as far back as 1980s, I was actually doing what we call digital transformation then. So like diseases, it wasn't really given a name until around 2016. But like many of these things, we look back and we realize that it's often the same thing that we do today, but just different, and it's been given a name. At this point in time for me, we were creating new exotic investment banking products, but equally trying to implement new technology solutions to support these products. And we were like rabbits in headlights. We were flying by the seat of our pants. And when I look back at that time, the one thing that we did have was a committed small team who worked every minute it would take to make sure that we got it right. The key learning I took away from that is that everything is changing constantly. But most importantly, it's that the people who are responsible and in leadership positions are committed to a positive result. And those leaders need to bring their teams on the journey with them. In modern leadership, that requires different skills. And we talk about those 7 key principles for digital age leaders in our framework. Now, during my career, I've led banking software technology companies, which have all been based around innovation using new technology platforms. I currently lead a digital identity verification company called Serendip, which uses blockchain technology. But before that, in 2002, I led a $70 million technology transformation program for a tier 1 bank. Not only were we implementing leading edge technology solutions, but there were multiple stakeholders involved, from hardware, middleware, software suppliers to a large project team, both external and internal end users, steering committee members, business leaders, and external technology support partners. I'm pleased to say that the project was delivered with the expectations of the bank, but I apportion a great deal of that success to the way in which we led the teams. And importantly, I learned the value of communication in leadership and to create followership in your vision. And this is why I'm passionate about helping organizations and individuals lead in our current environments. So what's really going on at the moment? Well, our world is changing at an unprecedented rate, and technology innovation is the key to competitive differentiation and is transforming many businesses. The challenge is keeping up with this as human beings. It's an incredibly demanding role. If we look at the Gartner hype cycle from 2017, they focused on 3 key trends. That was artificial intelligence everywhere, transparently immersive experiences, and digital platforms. And then if we fast forward a couple of years beyond that, in 2019, the Gartner hype cycle spoke about 5 trends for emerging technologies. They were sensibility and mobility, augmented human, digital ecosystems, advanced AI and analytics, including emotions, and post-classical compute and comms. And now in 2021, the hype cycle falls into 3 themes, which are people centricity, location independence, and resilient delivery. Can you see the shift that has taken place here? The fourth industrial revolution, or commonly known as Industry 4.0, was the ongoing automation of traditional manufacturing and industrial practices using modern smart technology. And the term Industry 5.0 refers to people working alongside those robots and smart machines. It's about robots helping people work better and faster by leveraging advanced technologies like the Internet of Things and big data, all output from Industry 4.0. Now, if as people we're struggling to keep up with the constant emerging technology, how can we shift our mindset to understand how technology is going to impact our organizations, and how do we shift the mindset of our people to adopt it? This transition from Industry 4.0 to Industry 5.0 is causing mass disruption in the corporate world. Since the year 2000, over 50% of Fortune 500 companies have been acquired, merged, or declared bankruptcy, and there is no end in sight. Organizations that fail to transform themselves will disappear. There will also be many organizations who transform themselves with new business models, and new companies will emerge. These new companies are growing at exponential rates. Let's just take a look at a few. Kodak, for example, worth $38 billion with 140,000 employees. And YouTube, they sold for $1.65 billion with just 65 employees. WhatsApp was acquired for $19 billion with 55 employees. And Instagram sold for $1 billion with only 13 employees. We cannot ignore that human transformation and growth is a key differentiator for all these companies. We don't need large numbers of people. We need effective leaders with the correct mindset and culture. There is no question that emerging technology provides new delivery platforms and challenges which influence how businesses are reimagining their products and services to provide new value to their customers. However, behind all of this is the mindset of leaders within these organizations, and how that mindset is infiltrated throughout the organization to create a new culture that embraces the opportunity to exponentially grow in our people. By changing our people's behavior, we change the reactions between our business and our customers. Aside from exponential technology growth, COVID-19 is another element that is changing the landscape of the way we work, and our environments have now changed with multiple implications on each and every individual. And even then, technology has had to quickly step up to the plate and support remote working. Yet we all have had to step up and quickly learn new skills and etiquette in the workplace. I'll give you an example. Who's familiar with the phrase, "you're on mute"? So you can see that traditional hierarchies and structures are completely broken down. Everything is out for discussion and change. But what is important is organizations must take the right steps. Never has there been a better time to look at how to best align our human transformation with our digital transformation. And my promise to you, however, is that there is a way to navigate this. We work with our clients to help them transform their leaders into modern leaders, and to create a followership that brings along others in the organization, so that over time a magical shift starts to take place. And why is that important? Well, if you look at the success cases from all around the world, they include a large element of human transformation, such as creating a high-performance culture, or actively engaging employees in process improvement strategies, or organization restructures, just to name a few. Recently, I was working with a Tier 1 Australian bank who had merged several innovation divisions into one, bringing together over 120 team members from all over the bank. The new team comprised of young, digitally engaged and knowledge-thirsty individuals who were ready to embrace more learnings and change, as well as a large number of long-serving employees who were resisting change and fearful of their future in the new group. One of the leaders went through our profiling assessment, which showed up so many strengths that would help make the shift the bank was looking for. This particular leader was strong in her communication, collaboration, and openness, which became very apparent throughout the profiling and assessment debriefing. Using these strengths, this leader understood how she could engage the younger demographic in the team to lead by example, remove fear, and embrace the longer-serving employees to get them all working within the same principles and adopt a culture that enabled a more effective team who could focus on deliverables to serve their customers in the business. The change saw a sense of security and removal of fear, which created a much better working environment for everybody. And right there was the start of a change that enabled human transformation to begin. So to conclude, why human transformation is an essential component of digital transformation, I hope that you've been able to take away a high-level understanding of the importance of human transformation in what seems like a bullet train speeding through light years of evolution in just an hour. So hold on tight. We just need to take back control of how we approach this new world and enjoy the ride. Oh, and one last thing before I close. Braintree offers online masterclasses to our clients, and we're offering you a free access to the full suite of masterclasses. So just drop me an email at the end of this session with your details, and I'll get you all set up. Thanks so much for listening.